Around the Table on Harrison's Original, KHOZ.
Welcome to Around the Table with Dan and Kelly this week. Thank you so much for tuning in this morning. If you're listening or waiting for Ann to show up, Ann was not here. She's on vacation this week down in the Himalayas somewhere, down and around Africa.
She's somewhere warm and sunny where there are beaches and sea turtles and anyway, yeah. I appreciate everybody putting up with me while she's gone.
Oh, no. Probably a breath of fresh air.
Well,
yeah,
I hope so.
We've been trying to get a hold of our guests today, and we're unable to connect with them, so we may be guestless today. So
they'll
that's
have
fine.
To listen.
We'll have
to just us for that whole hour.
Wow, that could be a little scary. You might want to get an insurance policy out and get it signed before the end of the show. So, there's a couple of things we probably need to announce. The burn ban. Do you have anything?
Yes, I just wanted to remind everybody that there is a burn ban countywide right now until further notice. It began on the 22nd, so please do not burn anything, and be careful even throwing your cigarettes out the window.
Yeah, they say it's dry.
Yeah.
So until we get some more precipitation, it's probably a good idea to let the pile stay there until it's the burn ban is off, and then you can start burning again. You know, a lot of people in the county, they think, oh, well, that's just in the city. No, it's in the county. It's for the entire county.
Right.
So be aware of fire hazards. And if you see somebody burning, you don't want to tell them that. Local volunteer fire departments, usually if you can get a hold of them, they can go out there and at least inspect it to make sure that it's either under control or out of control.
Or gently let them know that there is a burn ban.
Yeah, and let the officials go do that for you. So anyway.
Well, I'll tell you.
What?
I did not want to get out of bed this morning.
Yeah?
I had nightmares all night long, and then when I didn't get out of bed, I fell out of bed.
I heard a big kerplunk.
It was a crash.
I know.
It was a crash.
What was
broke the lamp and everything?
Did your foot get stuck on a sheet or something? Or?
I guess not a good way to start the day. I'll tell you that.
Well, it's tough when you're waking up to begin with. You don't want to just jump out of bed immediately. You gotta get your wits about you and make sure there's enough oxygen in your brain before you decide to get up out of bed.
Well, apparently there wasn't, because I landed on the floor.
I came in the room and I turned the light on, and there's a round circle in the sheetrock. Was that for your head? Was that where your head hit?
Yeah, that's it.
Oh boy. Hey, we want to let everybody know about Moark Big Deals. They have a big deal going on, and you can only look at these deals online. So if you got a pooter, or if you've got the interwebs,
yep,
then go to Moark, MOARK, moarkbigdeals.com, and check out their big 60% off site-wide sale that they've got going on.
Yeah, it lasts till tomorrow. Tomorrow's the last day, so.
What are some of the, we talked about them yesterday, but a lot of restaurant coupons.
There's a lot of restaurants. There's Hong Kong Buffet. There's
Tea's
Barbecue. There's Sweet Rosie's Cafe. Let's see. There's just you just have to go on and look. There's a bunch of good stuff on there.
And if you're a business owner and would like to, be involved with Moark Big Deals, then you can contact the station here, and we could set you up and get you some greatly reduced advertising. Right. What there's trading going on and stuff like that. I don't know all the details, but for a lot of people, it's a great way to start advertising, and it's a great way to introduce new patrons to your business. because you got to have a new flow of constant customers coming in and either buying new things from you or taking advantage of your meal deals or whatever.
Right.
It's just introducing. That's how we find out about new places. Is we'd say, hey, we've heard about this place. Let's go try it out. We go in and you go, hey, this is a good place. And then we end up being a regular.
Right, and word of mouth that happens when you do that too.
Yeah, yeah.
I also want to remind people, coming up April 11th from 9 to 1, Ozark Homeward Bound is sponsoring a rabies clinic at the Diamond City Community Center. That's at 232 West Grand Avenue. You can go and take your canine and feline friends and get vaccinations. You can even get a microchip, and I think they're going to have flea and tick medication as well.
Okay.
So that's pretty cool.
That's
it's greatly reduced prices.
That's for your dog or cat. It's not for us, right?
Well, okie dokie.
Have you had your rabies shot this year?
Yeah.
How about your distemper?
Yep,
You've
that's
got,
it.
all,
Parvo,
okay.
you name it. Kennel cough. I've had it all.
What's the one you give the horses?
Ivermectin.
No, what's the shot that you give them every year?
There's a bunch of them.
There's one that you can't intermingle with other horses unless you have that.
Strangles.
I don't know.
There's a couple of them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Equine infectious anemia.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'll go check my vaccination records to see what's going on. North Arkansas Regional Medical Center was scheduled to be on the show, and we were going to that was their regular time during the month to give us some updates, and I'm not sure if they will show up. If they do, we'll surely usher them in. And I'm not sure what's new at North Arkansas Regional Medical Center, but we'll have to reschedule them at some point in time.
Yeah.
Have you been watching the news about the DHS is not funded right now?
Correct. They haven't had a paycheck in I think 3 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Government's been had DHS funding and all that shut down in TSA for I think a month.
Yeah. And you look at the core reason for not funding it, and there's no real logical reason why it shouldn't be funded. I mean, the other parts of the government are funded. Our congressmen and representatives are still getting a paycheck.
Right.
They even had a bill on the floor to restrict payment for our representatives.
I think they should. They're in there. They work for us, and anytime they shut the government down and regular people who
they should be cut down too, shut down.
Some
too.
of them live, I'm sure, paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah.
Why should you continue to get paid if you can't get your crap together to pass a bill?
Yeah. Well, it was introduced, and people got up and walked out and said, "No way."
That's ridiculous.
Yeah. So I mean, we rely on we rely on a lot of individuals that are in the crosshairs of not being paid, and the lines are ridiculous. I've got a story here about how the lines are. Let me see if I can find that. Airport line. It's a record now, and
I'm sure
it's never been this bad before. The longest line at an airport yesterday was in Philadelphia, and for once it had nothing to do with the TSA. Tuesday was National Cheesecake Day, so some guys lined up, a bunch of them between terminals B and C. They had at least 500 end-to-end to get their Guinness Book of World Records, and they laid down 1,200 feet of Philly cheese and meat. That's 1,291 sandwiches. I never call a cheese steak sandwich a sandwich.
Oh, boy.
And they were at the airport.
Well, I'll tell you, if you're planning on vacationing or going anywhere, they're telling people to arrive 3 and 4 hours before. I'm sure it depends on the size of the airport, but still, goodness gracious.
Yeah, and we saw a little thing on the news this morning about would you be willing to pay for 3 seats?
Oh yes, that is so cool.
And what they've got is they've got a little jump seat to where you can pull.
You can pull it out. So United Airlines found a way to charge extra for something that we've been doing for free. They'll now sell you a whole row of economy seats so you can turn it into the world's worst bed.
Yeah, I looked at.
Except instead of trying to ignore the fact that your face is where someone recently had their butt, they'll give you a mattress too, no price announced yet. Is
Okay.
it comfy? Who knows?
Well, you look at that and you think, okay, because they had a little a graphic of how the little things came out, and it made a bed out of 3 seats.
Right.
Plus the area where you put your feet, there's a mattress there, so it's an area. Yeah. And there was 2 people laying there, and I'm thinking, I know how short that area is. I would have to crunch my knees up to my chest.
Right.
And the person next to me would have to be either on top of me or crammed together really tight.
Well, and 2, I would think that by the time you pay for 3 seats, could you maybe have afforded also business class
yeah,
or
or first
something,
class,
you know,
yeah.
or
Where
premium
the seats
economy.
are really nice.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, I guess that's an option.
That's interesting.
I don't know what the 3 seats. I guess you just pay for the extra seat, right?
I bet you there's a lot of people that are going to do that.
Yeah.
I can see a lot of people doing that.
Yeah. Anyway, that's what's happening at the airports, and I'm glad that I'm not on vacation.
Well, we talked
Flying.
about our next vacation. I think it's going to be a road trip.
Yeah, I think that's probably the best thing. We like to travel. We went to Scotland last year and just thoroughly loved it, and we were chomping at the bit to go back. But we need to put a little money in the piggy bank, don't we?
Yeah, we probably need to do that, and we still have a lot of places in the United States to explore too. So I think a road trip is a good idea.
Yeah.
Whether it's we talked about going up to Washington D.C. Everybody's on vacation but us.
Yeah, really. What's up with that? I got a hold of Kim Rawson, who it kind of wrangles the guests for North Arkansas Regional Medical Center, and she says, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm on vacation." And then, of course, Ann's on vacation, and here we are, working for we're like the TSA agents. We got to be there when everyone's gone.
Yeah, kind of feels like that, doesn't it?
Anyway, we should probably do some weather, don't you think?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do some weather.
All right, so today we have sunny skies with a high near 86, light winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tonight clear with a low around 64, so it's good window opening sleeping weather.
Okay.
Thursday is going to be sunny with a high near 90. Southwest winds 10 to 15 miles per hour. Thursday night, 20% chance of showers after 1 a.m., but mostly clear with a low around 53. And then Friday, a 50% chance of showers, mostly cloudy with a high near 64.
Okay. And then Saturday, it looks like it's going to be sunny with a high of around 64 degrees, really mild. Saturday night, low 43. Sunday, high 75 degrees, mostly sunny with a high of 75 degrees and a low of 57. Monday, start off the work week at 85 degrees with a low of 62. And then Tuesday, 84 with a 20% chance of showers. Maybe we'll get enough rain during this sparse of rain to get the burn ban to be.
No kidding.
abandoned.
And Hillary, if you're listening, the weather's going to be so nice we need to work outside.
Are you going to work out? Is she coming over to the house to do some work? Great.
No, I mean here.
Oh, here.
Yeah, we've got a little picnic table and a nice little spot in the sun. Take our little laptops out there and
Got your little parasols you take out there with you.
work in the sun.
Eat your little crumpets and crackers.
I guess.
All right. Topic to ponder. Let's see if we've got one. Everybody else is off. I hope the topic to ponder person got it all ready to go. Well, look at there. There it is. Hold on just a second.
Get up, get moving, get those thinking caps on. It's time to ponder this topic.
Oh, now we all do this, don't we?
Oh, this is something that everyone can relate to, I'm sure.
Yeah, I saw some of the responses, and I think some people were kind of felt a little guilty for doing this. Of course,
Well,
we do it all day.
I do, yeah.
Well, yeah.
It's kind of embarrassing. It's kind of like become like your little pacifier. It's
Like a
oh,
habit? Like a habit?
it's been 2 hours since I've checked. Somebody
Okay.
might have messaged me.
Well, if you don't know what we're talking about, today's topic to ponder question is
How many times a day do you check your phone or emails or social media notifications?
especially if you post something.
I was going to
Now,
say,
if
you
I-
want to see what the responses are.
Right. I generally don't look at notifications until they pile up, and I'm sure I do it more than twice a day, 3 or 4 times a day maybe. And I very rarely check my email. And people say, "Didn't you get that email?" And I go, "No. I don't know. I could do without it. I would love to be at the point where I don't look at it at all."
Well, you have many to check, though. You are.
I do.
You've got, not only your personal stuff, but you've got your hometown television stuff. You've got your radio stuff. You've got your Star Trek stuff. And
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah. Yeah, and I would rather not spend all my day posting and getting notifications. Anyway,
Some people do. For me personally, I do check it enough times that my phone and I are basically in a committed relationship.
is that what your answer
That was my answer.
Okay.
Vigilant Inspection Services says, I use a program called Buffer to post. It keeps track of comments and related issues, so I'm very rarely on my phone. I take 1 day every 2 weeks and get content ready, then I'm out.
Wow. Buffer. That's an app, huh?
It sounds like it, but he's got a job where he's out and about,
Yeah,
crawling under houses and on top of houses and stuff, so I imagine he doesn't have a lot
But
of time to check.
we hired him to do an inspection on a house we were thinking about buying. And that's how we became introduced to him. Mm-hmm. And every time that I would text him, he would respond within half an hour.
That's great.
So, I don't know what kind of program he's got. Maybe he's got
Well, you'll have to ask him.
I have to find out about Buffer.
Yeah.
I'm going to write that down.
Leslie King said, too many, definitely need to discipline myself way more. And then Paul Barron said, retired, ashamed to say, but as Kelly said, committed relationship.
Committed, yeah, okay.
And then Sin Parton said, OMG, I definitely have issues, LOL. And Dale Bishop said, too many. So, yeah, I think we all are in, rowing that boat together.
Well, it's our lifestyle.
Yeah.
How when we went to Scotland, did we check our phone? I didn't have internet, so
I paid a little bit more just because I wanted
emergencies
to
or
keep,
whatever.
for emergency purposes, and maybe once or twice a day I would check to make sure nothing else was going on. But we were too busy gawking at everything.
Yeah.
And driving and concentrating on the road, especially you. But
yeah, and internet over there, it's not just available everywhere. I mean, if you the towns other than Edinburgh, every town that we went through was not even a town per se. It's just like
It was a
little
village. Yep.
Yeah, and gas stations were like at somebody's house. It was just a different culture completely.
And you remember how we commented on the lack of law enforcement.
Yeah.
Like over here you see
Never
state
saw
troopers and police
policemen,
cars. I think they had cameras in those little villages that we went through, and if you were speeding, there was a radar. They would take a photo of your license plate, and you'd get a ticket in the mail.
Yeah, they just send you a ticket. They didn't have to enforce the law at all, other than just send you a mail. Anyway.
That was cool.
Anyway, today's topic to ponder question is, how many times a day do you check your phone or emails or social media notifications? Let us know. We'd love to hear your comments.
Go to our Facebook page and give us your answer.
Yeah. How about some history?
Let's do it.
You ready?
We're doomed to repeat ourselves, so let's find out what happened today in history.
It is normalcy all over Alabama that prevents the Negro from becoming a registered voter. No, we will not allow Alabama to return to normalcy.
That was on this day 61 years ago, 1965. Reverend Martin Luther King Jr. led 25,000 marchers to Montgomery, Alabama's state capital to demand voting rights for blacks.
You often wonder if he were here today, how he would
What he would think of everything going on.
what he would think, and actually how he would react to the division in the country,
Right.
the way it is, and how he would. I really think that I admire Martin Luther King for what he did, because I lived during that time, and his message was rational, it was logical, and it didn't divide.
Exactly.
But there's so much division now. That's why I wonder what he would think and what he would do and how he would try to change the perception of people's minds.
Would his message
Today.
be the same?
Yeah, would it be the same?
Yeah.
He caused these people to have to choose between rushing out through a wall of fire or retreating.
This was 35 years ago. An arson fire raced through the Bronx, New York social club, killing 88 people. The club had no fire exit. District Attorney Robert Johnson said the arsonist had ignited gasoline at the front door. Another New York City fire on this date in 1911 killed 146 workers at the Triangle Shirtwaist Company.
And a guy walked up on me and said to me, "Leave Trump alone, forget the story." And then he leaned around and looked at my daughter and said, "A beautiful little girl, it'd be a shame if something happened to her mom." And then he was gone.
Wow, that was 7 years ago. 60 Minutes broadcast an interview with an adult film actress, Stormy Daniels, in which she described being warned to keep silent about an alleged sexual encounter with Donald Trump in 2006.
It really is a revolution. We are talking about a society in which there will be no roles other than those chosen or those earned. We are really talking about humanism.
Activist and journalist Gloria Steinem was born on this day in 1934. She's 92 today. She was the leader of the women's liberation movement in the late 1960s and 1970s, and this was an excerpt from her address to the women of America back in that day.
Oh, back on this day, 1947, Elton John, I'm not sure if that's his real full name. He's 79 years old today. That was Goodbye Yellow Brick Road, one of his many hits from the classic album with the same name.
Yeah, he had and I don't know his name, but he's got a partner that he writes songs with.
Yes.
And Elton John always writes the music. It's never the words. So he's got another person that writes the
lyrics.
And
yeah.
I didn't know that. I thought that he wrote most of his songs.
Lynette, you are a great mother, but let's face it, your kids are a challenge.
A challenge, aren't they all? Actress Marcia Cross was born on this day in 1962, 64 years young today. She was nominated for 3 Golden Globes and for her performance on Desperate Housewives.
Great show.
Got to see my feet.
That's another birthday cut. That's actress Sarah Jessica Parker was born on this day in 1965. She is 61 years old. She played Carrie Bradshaw on Sex and the City, one of my all-time favorite shows, sitcoms.
Okay.
Feel like I've been welcomed with open arms to NASCAR, and I felt like that was the case back in, the early days, even of when I raced IndyCar.
Auto racer Danica Patrick was born on this day in 1982, 44 years ago. She's the most successful woman in IndyCar racing and NASCAR, and this was her response to whether she felt alienated as a woman in racing. I followed her for a couple years when I was really watching NASCAR, But I did not know that she came from the Indy class first and then moved over to NASCAR. She's retired now, I think. I haven't seen her doing anything on the track lately. But happy birthday to all of those people and all the people. I think William Shatner just had a birthday not too long ago.
How old is he, 92?
95.
95.
He's 95.
Wow. He's doing good.
That's
although I think he just had surgery. He had a fall off a horse.
Yep,
95 years old and still riding horses.
I know. And who's the guy that was in Yellowstone that we saw a video of last night?
I don't remember his name.
I can't remember his name, but he was talking about, he was on social media and giving updates about his health. He was the old crotchety guy.
Yes, and it turned
one of the Wranglers.
Yes, it was really a rant about insurance and premiums and costs and all that. But he has had
he had fell off the
5 horse accidents, broke his leg 5 times.
Yeah, yikes! You horse people.
Maybe it's time to switch careers. That's why he got into acting. Maybe
get a stick horse. Maybe that's a lot safer. We're going to take a quick break. I guess we don't have a guest today, so it's just us. We're going to be dancing solo during the break, and maybe we'll cut back before we finish. So stick around. We'll be right back.
I'm Tyler Gentry. Boone County, you deserve leadership that works for you. With years of experience being hands-on with county operations, I know the improvements we need on our roads, emergency services, and daily county functions. My focus is making Boone County run smoothly and serving every resident. Runoff election day is March 31st, and I'd be honored to serve as your next county judge.
Paid for by Gentry for Judge.
It's time for the Buffalo National River Float Report, powered by Explore Harrison. Modern amenities, meet outdoor adventure, explore, eat, and rest in Harrison, Arkansas. Find out more at exploreharrison.com. Here's a look at the current conditions on the Buffalo National River. This information is provided by USGS.gov. At Boxley, river stage is at 2 feet even. At Ponca, 3.7 feet, as well as at Pruitt. River stage is at 3.7 feet. All 3 locations very low. At St. Joe, the river stage is at 3.7 feet, which is moderate, ample water for floating. And at Harriet, the river stage is at 3.8 feet, also moderate, ample water for floating. That's a look at the current conditions on the Buffalo National River. Buffalo National River's Junior Ranger program is a fun way to engage youngsters in the outdoor experience. Pick up a Junior Ranger handbook full of fun activities for the whole family. Complete the requirements listed and earn a Junior Ranger badge. Learn more at mps.gov/buff.
Do you have an event coming up or just in the mood for a special treat? The Cake Shop can help. Order ahead and they'll work with you to create the perfect cake, cookies, or cupcakes to complement your occasion. They also keep their case at the shop stocked with a selection of goodies so you can stop by anytime and pick up something delicious. The Cake Shop is on Stevenson Avenue in Harrison and is open Monday through Friday from 8 until 5. Stop by and let them make your day a little brighter and your event planning a little easier.
Attention all coaches, parents, and adults trying to relive the glory days. The Chaos Baseball facility has the indoor awesomeness that lets you play the game you love no matter the weather. Batting cages and infielding space makes for a perfect place to practice during stormy days. Or bring the whole family for birthday parties, family gatherings, or to watch the big game. As a nonprofit organization, every visit helps kids play travel ball at little to no cost. So go to the Chaos Baseball facility on Facebook and check out where chaos turns to fun.
I actually drop better when I'm high. It heightens my senses, calms me down. If anything, I'm more careful. Honestly, it just helps me focus.
That's probably what the driver who killed a 4-year-old told himself. And now he's in prison. You see, no matter what you tell yourself, if you feel different, you drive different. So if you're high, just don't drive. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
1 in 10 people age 50 and older in the U.S. have
And welcome back to Around the Table with Dan and Kelly this week.
Hey, remember we were talking yesterday about the robots making your food at McDonald's or somewhere? How bad would you feel if you were the guy who ordered food through a robot delivery service that ended up crashing through a bus shelter in Chicago and you didn't get your lunch?
Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah, it says even though the Cooler on Wheels got tons of sympathy after going viral, a lot of people are worried that next time it'll end up hurting someone, which is why there's now a petition to shut down robot deliveries. So are those actually, I guess they're really delivering?
Yeah. Have you seen some of the vehicles? I mean, they're not that, maybe as big as this board here. They're not that big. And
Wow.
they just drive around in town and go to an address. I don't know how they go up to the door if they're delivering that kind of stuff.
It seems like it would be a lot easier if they could figure out a drone that would fly to deliver stuff.
They do that. If there's an Amazon warehouse, they'll have drones and they'll come out and there's a bread box underneath the drone.
That carries the
package? It drops it through the bottom.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but it has to be a certain size. It can't be, more than that, more than the bread box. It has
That
to
would be
small
interesting
items.
to see.
Yeah. Did you want to say something about Guthrie?
Have you how...
That story has just kind of died, hasn't it?
It
Savannah
has.
Guthrie's mother?
It has, but she, she's been in Arizona. I think her and her family have put together like a $1 million reward.
Yeah.
But she went on the Today Show. They've done an interview, and I think they're going to be showing it through the rest of the week. She talked to Hoda Kotb about, just how agonizing it is for her and her family not to know anything. I think she's been missing for, I could be wrong, but it's been 5 weeks or something like that.
Yeah.
But they're still holding out hope for a miracle.
Yeah.
I think they're basically begging for information. Just tell us, like, if where is she? What happened to her? Just something, because I can't imagine living in limbo all this time. It's just, it's got to be.
Well, you got to wonder if it was a one person that did this.
Mm-hmm.
I could see where the story would be silent for. I mean, the one person could keep it quiet, but if he had somebody to help him, and if he was the mastermind, don't you think the other person would be influenced by? I mean, they're criminals. They're in it for the money or for something nefarious. They just don't go around traumatizing people and torturing them.
Yeah, that's what they say. If more than one person is involved, it's just almost impossible over time to keep that secret.
Yeah. Somebody knows something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But it's just sad.
Yeah, it is. We hope that problem's resolved. We're curious.
Mm-hmm.
We're curious people. We want to know what happened, how it happened, all that. So maybe we'll at some point find out the story, and hopefully she's still in good shape.
Yeah, who
hopefully
knows?
She'll be returned to her family in good shape. We're watching a show on TV that I didn't know much about it, other than the fact it was written by Taylor Sheridan. It's that new series called Madison.
The Madison.
The Madison.
Yep.
And I'm like, when are they going to tell us what the Madison is? And I looked it up this morning.
It's Madison County.
No.
Oh.
It's the Madison River.
Well, the county that they're in, though, is Madison County.
Okay. And they were talking about it's named after the river, but it's also
cool.
Madison Avenue in New York City. That's where they lived.
Ah, I see.
So, but this series is so unique. I've never seen any TV series, movie with this kind of. The story is really so simple, and it's based on a traumatic situation that happened in this family's life and how they deal with it.
Family relationships, personal relationships, marriage relationships. Stars Michelle Pfeiffer and Kurt Russell.
Yeah.
Really, I'm really enjoying it so
yeah,
far.
it is. It's really good. and the contrast between the people in the story, the family that's in the story, how detached they were actually, how they lived their life in New York City, and now they're out in Madison County in Montana, and how that's all. It's very simple. It's heart tugging, and the characters instantly grab you. That's what you want in something that holds your interest.
Taylor Sheridan, he's a good writer.
Yeah, he is a good writer, and you notice some of the rants that some of the characters explain to another character. You know that's Taylor Sheridan making a political. I don't know if it's political, but he's making a world statement to everybody that this is why the world is this way, or
yes, he's
I
putting
remember,
his beliefs in the storyline kind of in a certain way. Yeah.
If you are a viewer of Landman, there was a scene where Billy Bob Thornton is talking to the female lawyer, and she's a fish out of water. She's there in Texas, and she doesn't want to have anything to do with, the people, the wide open spaces,
the lifestyle,
and he takes her and stops her because she was making some ridiculous statements, and he made it clear to her what the oil industry was all about and who depends on it, and if it wasn't for the oil industry, we would be a horrible society. And you could just see Taylor writing that rant.
He's educating people.
Educating everybody, yeah. Okay, let's see. We talked about that. Oh, and a new series is coming out called The Dutton Ranch. And this is with the two characters.
Yes, Rip and Beth.
Yeah. So that's coming out next month, I think.
And there's the other one too, with the
Marshalls.
son. Yeah, Marshalls. That's it.
Yeah, if you're not a Paramount Plus subscriber, this is where all these shows are going to be.
We're watching them all.
Yeah, watching them all. We're going to take another break, guys. We'll be right back with Dan and Kelly. Stay with us.
Online and streaming live on Facebook. Around the Table on the original KHOZ.
You know, people do the weirdest things. You know, I'm not saying that what this lady did was wrong. It's just weird. People do weird things. There's a woman who married a river.
Yes, I heard about
She
her.
absolutely, certifiably married a river.
Mm-hmm.
And she's been married to this river for 3 years. She lives in England. She didn't have to, search for it. I mean, she didn't go out of town. She didn't get on a dating site or anything like that. She just saw this river in the town she was in. She goes, I think I'll just want to marry this thing.
You know, I've been to this river. I've seen this river.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes.
What river is it?
River Avon.
Avon. Okay.
Yeah. And she did it because she wanted to bring
Awareness?
conservation or
Yeah.
awareness to conservation to the forefront.
Okay. So she did it as a flashy way to bring recognition, huh?
I guess.
Okay. It's her third wedding anniversary, and they said, how she celebrates her husband every day. I guess it's a husband. I don't know what gender.
Oh gosh, I got to hear this.
She dives in. She swims
in her husband.
In her husband swims in her husband
Oh,
every.
wow.
Okay.
Wow.
Okie dokie.
You
The
know-
last weird story we ever do.
Talking about, we talk about squirrels a lot at home.
Yes,
They are a nuisance.
they are a nuisance.
We do have fruit trees in our tiny little orchard
Mhm.
that they completely, like almost 100%, clean every apple off both trees
Yes,
every year.
And they don't wait till they become ripe. They wait till they're all green.
Like green small
and
apples.
they don't eat them all. They just eat a little bit. Like, why is this apple so sour?
Yes, but we don't find a lot of them on the ground, so they
they
just
take off with
take
them, I
them
guess.
back, and there's a nest somewhere. Their little home probably packed with apples.
Yeah, I'm going to find them too.
Well, speaking of squirrels,
Mm.
squirrels are now vaping.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, so sort of.
Okay.
Some have been spotted in London and other places sucking on discarded vape pens.
Wow.
It's unlikely the squirrels are now jonesing for a hit. Instead, they think they're attracted to the fruity smell coming out of it. But that doesn't mean it's not ingesting some leftover nicotine. That's horrible.
Yeah, it is.
Good Lord.
Well, there's also a gas station that got suckered into selling 59-cent gas.
Oh,
I wished I knew where that was at.
wouldn't that be great?
59-cent gas. In this economy, it would be a mistake. And after the owner of a fill-up station in Fresno, California, San Francisco, saw the bills, he knew something was fishy. Hackers supposedly fiddled with the price on the pumps, and they were set to Oasis Mobile. So even though the sign still said $5.95 for regular, drivers were filling the whole tank for less than $9. And because you didn't know until it was time to pay, no lines either. So somebody got the benefit of that. And,
Wow.
he had to pay for that gas.
Yes.
Yeah, but he didn't have the money to pay for it, I'm sure.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Let's see.
Talk about driving. Some guy in Tampa,
Yeah.
some dude's been driving around Tampa with missiles mounted to the back of his truck. And even though Florida thought that was a bit too much, the Highway Patrol got so many calls they had to put an APB out for him. It didn't take long to find Rocket Man, who explained that they were plastic and just for show. All cool now. No one's in trouble, and the Highway Patrol gave him some tips on how not to scare the pants off of other drivers. I don't know if I would have called anyone, but I'd be, what in the world? I'm not surprised when I see.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised anymore.
There's a new survey out that all dogs, all the stuff dogs need for a good life, according to their owners, who knew that letting your dog sniff another dog's butt might be the one thing that makes your pet less of a jerk? That's instinctive in dogs.
Right.
That's how they, shake hands or say, "Hey, dude, how you doing?"
Yeah.
A new study has found that dog owners who are more patient have a more obedient best friend. They found that daily exercise is a top-rated habit that keeps Buddy happy. That would be your dog. A consistent feeding schedule and regular cuddles ranked up there too, followed by regular butt sniffing, otherwise known as socializing.
No, funny. I think our pets are, I don't know, some people would say they're spoiled, but they're good boys. They listen, they know words. They don't.
They got a routine, that's for sure.
Yes, they do. They thrive on routine, though, I think.
They do.
And we have a routine for them.
And they're not bored. They're not bored.
Well, Kevin is sometimes.
Well, we get bored a lot from a routine,
Mm-hmm.
but they love the routine.
Aren't you amazed at how much they can sleep?
Yeah, they sleep a lot.
Wow.
Sometimes I go, man, I would love to sleep as soundly as they do.
Yeah.
And our oldest dog, Dobby, he's what, 9 years old?
Probably about 8. Yeah.
Yeah, and he can sleep with his eyes open and snore.
Oh yes,
and
he
I'm
does.
looking at him and go, Dobby, are you there? And he's like, he's out.
Silence.
He's totally out.
Speaking of sleep, I last night, had nightmares all night long. They did, some people in Italy did some research that, like, people who dreamt vividly had better sleep. They felt more rested.
Mm-hmm.
Scientists used to think that our brains, needed to shut off for restorative sleep. But those researchers discovered that the more fluctuation there is in brain activity, like a really vivid, immersive dream, you sleep deeper. Even nightmares. So even though I tossed and turned last night and I had more than one nightmare, I don't feel, I feel rested.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess there is, something to that.
Still hope for a good night's sleep.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to take our last break, and when we come back, we got Today Is for you and maybe some more interesting news from around the area. Stick around, stay with us. You're listening and watching Around the Table this week with Danny Kelly. Stay with us.
and Hometown TV, Channel 26.1.
All right, welcome back. Kelly said she has something. What do you want to talk about?
Yes, I want to talk about something that I ran into on social media. There is a ranch and rescue in Mississippi that rescues horses, rehabilitates them from, just injuries, neglect, different things like that. Well, there is a little horse, and I think they're in Kosciuszko, Mississippi. I'm not sure exactly where that's at. But they have a little pony who was born. She was pretty small, but she had slid underneath the fence and kind of down a hill, and it was cold and rainy. And it was a while before anyone discovered her.
Oh,
so
boy,
she
yeah.
wasn't able to get up right away. I mean, it was quite a while before they discovered her. But now it's been touch and go, and so I've been following her story. But her name is Miracle, and she's this tiny little horse. And they discovered also when they tried feeding her the milk replacer that she's doing better on goat milk than horse milk.
Wow.
Yeah, but they've done a feeding tube. I mean, she's at one of the top vet hospitals. I'm not sure exactly where
Where was this at? Do you know?
She in Mississippi.
Oh, Mississippi. Okay.
Yeah. But
Is she on Facebook, or?
She's on Facebook. It's Rocking Our Ranch and Rescue, and they're doing a fundraiser for that little horse for the vet bills, because you can imagine she's there, 24 hours a day. I'm sure the bill is astronomical, but for some reason, they've come close to euthanize her a couple of times, but she just pulls through every time, and she's even gaining a little weight, and they're upping her food. So I just thought that was a cool story.
Keep us informed about that.
Yeah, I will.
And if you got a photo without, might put it up on the
I
on
do.
The screen
I have
here.
a couple of different ones.
Maybe we can do that tomorrow.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let people know there's a burn ban happening right now in Boone County. It is effective as of the 22nd, and it's going to be running till whenever the conditions are right again, so you can burn. And that's not just for Harrison; it's all of Boone County. So we are trying to push that idea to not be a little too dangerous out there lighting fires.
Yeah, we need a little rain.
We do, and we've got some in the forecast coming up later on in the week, maybe Friday. We've got a 20% chance, maybe that'll up to 40 or 50 or whatever, maybe get some rain. Also, we want to let people know about MoarkBigDeals.com. They've got a site-wide sale, 60% off on most of the items that you see on Moark Big Deals. Go there at MoarkBigDeals.com, and a lot of people from our area are taking advantage of it because we're the recipient of creating those coupons for people, and we mail them out, right? Is that right?
So I do that every day.
Yeah.
Yep.
So if you see a big deal on there and you want to take advantage of it, do it right away.
You could go online. Some of them are digital, meaning you can redeem them online. Some of them are actual certificates that I will print out and I will mail to your home.
Okay. All right. So that's going on.
Yep.
All right. Well, today is...
Lots of cool things.
Today is American Red Cross Giving Day. It's the fourth Wednesday in March. Donating to the American Red Cross today and help get food, shelter, and emotional support to Americans impacted by fire or other disasters. The American Red Cross responds to more than 60,000 disasters in the United States every year, including house fires, floods, and hurricanes, offering critical resources when Americans need them in the most possible way, and helps folks get back up on their feet. And also the Men in Black follow the Red Cross to a lot of these disasters. And my friend Glenn Redding is still out on a mission right now. He'll be back in a couple weeks. Yeah.
I didn't know that they followed the Red Cross, but that makes sense.
Yeah,
a lot of people don't know that Men in Black are local.
Yeah.
Are they local or are they nationwide?
They're local.
Okay.
They're local that I know of, yeah.
It's also National Waffle Day.
International Waffle Day.
Yes,
wow.
International Waffle Day. March 25th is International Waffle Day, a celebration of the fluffy ironed food that looks like the bottom of a running shoe.
Yeah.
So did you know that Belgian waffles are not actually from Belgium?
Okay.
We just got him from a Belgian guy who introduced him to us in the 1962 Seattle World's Fair.
Okay.
Waffles date back to the Middle Ages. Of course, syrup came later, and the tread on Nike's first running shoe was made by pouring rubber into a waffle
That's
iron.
amazing.
Hence the name Waffle Racer.
That's cool. It's the old New Year's Day. Until 100 years ago, March 25th was the start of the new year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Manatee Appreciation Day, International Day of Remembrance of the Victims of Slavery. And then it's National J.R.R. Tolkien Reading Day.
And National Medal of Honor Day.
All right. Well, we're all caught up. Thanks for joining us for this hour. We do this every day, Monday through Friday from 9 to 10, right here on the original KHOZ 94.9 and 900 AM. We'll see you guys again tomorrow with our guest host, Kelly. Stay with us.